Before really getting into console gaming, the family computer was pretty much the place to play video games. The only problem was, most of my time was spent trying to figure out the right phrase to type in a bunch of point-and-click adventure games, which would eventually drive you up the wall. But man, did things change when I stumbled across a simple maze collection game called Digger, which instead would actually let you drive through walls. Was this a simple Pac-Man clone? Definitely not. The intricacies of having to strategize a path to collect your gems and lead those pesky nobbins astray, whilst being kept on the edge of your seat that your strategy would be voided when they inevitably transform into terrain-eating hobbins and eat right through your perfect plan. And yes, I had seen Dig Dug before, but I never really saw the similarity as a kid. In fact, I thought Digger was a completely original work of gaming art until I recently decided to try and dig this game up. To my surprise, it seems like its success was heavily inspired by a Taito game called Mr. Do, which itself was inspired a little by Dig Dug. Playing through Mr. Do for the first time was actually a breath of fresh air. Superior controls, nicer colours, better audio, and more forgiving enemy AI. But all that aside, it turns out I wasn't the only one fond of this now apparently not so original game. It's actually been remastered and ported many times since its 1983 release, and it's available on a variety of operating systems, from OS2 to Amiga to the Wii and Sega Dreamcast. But here's a few I found, including there's a Windows version, and also a remastered DOS version, and even a browser version, which is just the remastered version in browser emulated DOSBox by the looks. There's also some heavily inspired spin-offs, including Millennium Digger, The Artful Machine, and a truer remake called Digger HD, which came out on the PS3. Depending on what port or system you played, you may also have come across this version here, which I found online recently. I honestly can't remember if the DOS version I played in the late 80s was this revision, or the more familiar levels you can find in the remastered version. Either way, playing through this version is a lot more difficult, as the AI seems hellbent on your quick destruction, and I struggled to get above 10,000 points here, a score that is much easier to achieve on the remastered version. Whilst browsing through digger.org, I found the guy who wrote the remastered version has also included some extras, including a level editor. It's pretty easy to make levels yourself. You simply run the editor with an argument for the name of your level you're creating. You'll be presented with tiles up the top of the screen. You click on the tile you want to place, and then simply drag it to your location. Let's make a quick level right here. We'll just select some terrain there. And let's place some gems. And some money bags. And that's pretty much looking good. Alrighty, I think it's pretty much done. At least as a demo. So to save, you just simply exit or hit escape, and your level will be saved. So let's give it a quick playthrough using Windows Digger. So you just simply select the location of your level there, hit OK, and we are ready to play. Probably approached that the wrong way. But there you have it, there's our level in Digger. Another cool feature of the Windows remastered version was that people, well, at least back in the 2000s, were submitting their high scores to digger.org, and you can actually record/play your high score feats. Here's the recording of the first level of a purported 3,333,300 attempt by Roman Tomczyk. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This score currently sits atop the Hall of Fame records. I'm just going to let this first level play out, because it's super impressive Digger work. Playing Digger again after all this time brought back a bunch of memories. The Popcorn soundtrack and sound effects really did occupy a lot of PC gamers' minds in the 80s, and it seems even beyond. Sometimes gaming simplicity is king, and Digger and, well, perhaps Mr. Do will always stand out as representative of a gaming era where simpler was better. And so happy digging, and thanks for watching, guys.